Hello everyone, my name is Manika Srivastava. We are the students of MCOM Applied Economics Semester 2 and we are present here to discuss on the topic of Agreement on Agriculture. These are my team members Bhavneet, Soumya and Satyam. Now I'll give the charge to Satyam to speak about the objectives of Agreement on Agriculture.
Thank you, Monica. There are many objectives of agreement on agriculture. Reduce trade distortions in agriculture market caused by subsidies and other policies. Government use various subsidies and policies to support farm sectors, distorting international trade. The agreement aims to reduce member countries to cut agriculture subsidies and trade barriers. Number second, bring more discipline and transparency to global agriculture trade. Before the agreement, there were few rules governing international farm trade. The agreement introduces clear commitments and limits on subsidies, tariffs, and import quotas to bring more discipline to the system. Number three, increase market access for agriculture products through lower tariffs and quotas. Member countries has to lower tariffs on farm goods and increase import quotas under the agreement. This aims to facilitate more trade based on demand and supply instead of trade barriers. Number four, move world agriculture trade towards market determined prices and quantities by reducing subsidies and policy support that interfere with market signals. The agreement aims to promote more production and trade decisions based on market demand and supply instead of government incentives. This is to make agriculture trade more efficient. Now I am going to hand over my topic to Soumya.
Thank you, Satyam, for handing over me the charge. As Satyam explained the objective of WTO, I would like to explain about the boxes of WTO. In WTO terminology, subsidies in general are identified by boxes which are given by the colors of traffic light. Green, permitted; amber, slow down, that is need to be reduced; and red, forbidden. The agriculture agreement has no red box, although domestic support exceeding the reduction commitment levels in the amber box is prohibited, and there is a blue box for subsidies that are tied to program that limit production. Amber box includes subsidies that distort international trade by making the product of the country cheaper as compared to similar product from other countries in the global market. They are said to distort trade since they encourage excessive production. It is capped at 5% of the total agriculture production for developed countries and for 10% for developing countries. Example, input subsidies such as subsidy for fertilizer, seed, electricity, irrigation, etc. Minimum support price are also included in this box. Blue box, as amber box subsidies that tend to limit production are classified under blue box. Its opponent argue that these payments are only partly decoupled from production. Countries in favor say that these subsidies are needed for agriculture reform. Example, subsidies linked with the capping of acreage or number of animals. There is no cap on these subsidies. Green box, subsidies that do not distort trade or cause only minimal distortion. Usually these subsidies are not for specific products. Green box subsidies are allowed without any limit. They can include direct income support for farmers that are decoupled from current production levels or prices. Example, research funding, conservation and environment at levels program, domestic product inspection program. Thank you. Now I would like to handing over the charge to my friend Manika.
Now, since Soumya spoke about the amber boxes, I would like to tell the WTO Agreement on Agriculture in India. The WTO Agreement on Agriculture has significantly impacted India's farm sector and trade. As part of the agreement, India had to reduce import duties and eliminate quotas on several agricultural products. This exposed domestic farmers to international competition and price fluctuations. There was also little immediate gain for India from developed country market access commitments due to non-tariff barriers faced by Indian exports. Over time, India has gained more from provisions to increase import quotas for products like pulses, fruits, etc. that it cannot produce enough of. This has helped the control inflation. Overall, the agreement opened India's farm sector to international competition and discipline, while development could still support their farmers more. Now, about the developed nations and developing nations. Developed nations are those types of nations who has wisely used their resources to satisfy the needs of their consumers. United States, which is one of the largest agricultural producers and exporters globally with the significant influence on WTO negotiations. European Union, which represents a bloc of developed countries with diverse agricultural interests, including large-scale producers and subsidies. Canada, known for its advanced agricultural technology and diversified agricultural exports. Japan maintains high level of protectionism for certain agricultural products such as rice. Australia, known for its competitive agricultural sector, particularly in livestock and grains. Developing nations are those types of nations which have a significant role in their own countries. India has a large and diverse agricultural sector, exporting products like textiles, medicines, jewelry, etc. Brazil, a major player in global agricultural trade, particularly in commodities like soya beans and poultry. Argentina, known for its export oriented, including corn, wheat, and many more. South Africa, it plays a significant role in African agriculture and is major exporter of fruits, vegetables, and wine. Now, I would like to give the charge to Bhavneet Kaur. Thank you.
Thank you, Manika. The AOA, negotiated as a part of the Uruguay Round Agreement that formed the WTO, has received mixed reviews. While it aimed to reform agricultural trade, it has been criticized on several grounds. Developed countries could still provide higher subsidies to farmers within the agreed limits, and this made competition difficult for farmers in developing countries. The base period for calculating reduction commitments favored developed countries. They had to cut subsidies from already low levels, while developing country cuts from higher bases. Many countries, including developed ones, did not fully meet their subsidy and tariff reduction commitments, and this limited the effectiveness of the agreement. There are large loopholes that allow developed countries to continue providing trade distorting subsidies in the form of green box measures. Provisions to increase market access through lower tariffs have mainly benefited developed country exporters but not developing country farmers. The agreement did not impose caps on the maximum subsidies that countries can provide. They can still support farmers excessively within agreed percentage cut commitments. Many developed countries continue to provide export subsidies for selected farm products to promote their exports, and this affects competition. So, to conclude, the Agreement on Agriculture aimed to reform world farm trade by reducing subsidies, import barriers, and export competition. However, it has faced several criticism and challenges in implementation. While the intent was good, many countries have not fully met their commitments. Several loopholes allowed developed countries to still provide trade distorting subsidies. Overall, the agreement has only partially achieved its objectives of reducing trade distortions and making global agriculture market driven. Thank you.